And my second question was like, what did you expect people to say? Because I know growing up, you probably thought, I really want to do this. Like, did you expect people to say, oh, it's just a hobby, or like, maybe this can really blow up, and I get to go to Baltimore and get to go to US and all stuff like that?
It's really, maybe I should not be an example because my path was really different. From the beginning, I was told no. You know what I mean? The first time I played a hip hop song to my mom that I recorded, I wrote it for her, so it would be like, please, mommy. It's a cute way to say I'm doing hip hop music. So the first thing I played was a song I wrote for her, and she was like, it's cute, but don't do it again. Right away, before even I had expectations from people. And I guess I wanted to be told, we're happy you're representing women, we're happy you're representing Palestinians, but all I was told is if you get on stage, you're gonna be shot. So that day, I gave up on having expectations from people listening to me. And I've decided then that my music was way too personal to ever be popular. So to sum it up, I just don't give a fuck what people say. So it's not on my mind most of the time. I get very criticized about, the technical sides about it, because people want you to be underground but also do really cool bass and good sound, and you can't afford it. It's like you need 3 jobs to be able to do that. So I'm not a good example because my situation is really, really, I don't know, special. It's not the greatest word to describe it, but really I did not have support, not at any point of the way. My life was, musically was really secret. I wasn't able to talk to people about it so I could hear what they want to say about it. And people around me, like hanging out with Jackie and driving her crazy, playing her my music that no one heard before, that thing make you feel like, because there are people who do agree with what you say. If you're talking about human rights, I'm sure there are many people who are going to say you're doing a good thing. And that's what I try to focus on.
Jump in front. Abeer, you mentioned that it's hard to organize joint concerts with Israeli groups as well. But I was curious, to what degree you think your music and that of your colleagues has had an impact in Israel among Jewish Israelis? And I know we saw in the film that there was some press coverage in Hebrew, and you guys do some songs in Hebrew. Right. So do you feel like you're having an impact among Jewish Israelis in Israel?
Yeah, I mean, when you do, the video we did was compared to the Israeli underground hip hop, it was the best thing. It was something new. Nobody ever, even in the Israeli streets, nobody did anything that social or that political. So it did get a lot of attention, and I believe if something get attention, it's gonna leave an impact, no matter how big it is and how, we're still a minority in that country, so we're not played on the radio, we don't have a TV channel, there is no way really how we could talk to the collective viewers. But if it got to TV and that was enough, Damn have a huge fan base in Israel. Many of them have no idea what they're really talking about, because we've been in situations where, a soldier me and Phil be hanging out in Tel Aviv, and a soldier come and says, I love your music. And we're like, how? They listen to it, they're aware of it. Some people just listen to the flow and nod their head. And some people really get it and start wondering, is this my country? Are they talking about me? Some of them get really, really offensive, and they're mad at us. How dare you? We let you live in our country. We give you a citizenship, and that's how you talk about us. You call us an occupation. They're in a state of denial, and then the anger come towards us. But then there are the people who actually listen, and I've witnessed many people who transformed fully with their character because they've heard Palestinian hip hop, Israeli people, and they start helping, and they start, Palestinians in 48 actually perform in Israeli nightclubs. It's not great, it's not huge, but the impact is there. The effect actually really exists in the Israeli streets. They definitely hear us.
Thanks for coming. It was great. I wanted to see the movie since it came out, so glad I finally got the opportunity. My question had to do more about the education value. And for instance, as a student of Arabic for a very long time, I'm just wondering if you are using the movie for educational programs in schools, not just necessarily from the Palestinian aspect, from the Arab aspect, but from just Arabic language aspect. I know for me, and I assume for others as well, that you listen to the music, you're learning Arabic, you want to know what the lyrics are. And so I'm just curious to know what you guys have been doing on that, in that respect.
A couple things. There's this organization called PEP, Palestinian Education Project, where they've created a curriculum, and Slingshot's a big part of it. And actually they went into one of the schools in Brooklyn, one of the inner city schools, and they did like a workshop with the kids on Palestine, and well, not kids, I mean they're high school kids, and the school liked it so much that now it's like a permanent class that you can take as an art elective, and it's called Slingshot Hip Hop: Cultural Resistance from Brooklyn to Palestine. So at the end of the semester, they watch Slingshot at the end, and the students make a song for Palestinians. It's online. I think you can link to it if you go to the Slingshot site. And for Arabic classes, actually, I was just in Boston, and there's a school out there. They have an Arabic Academy school, and it's also a permanent thing in the school, and they have summer classes too. So they invited me out last week, and we showed the film to there's about 60, 70 students, and mostly, I think there's only like maybe 5 to 10 Arab students, and the rest were all Americans who wanted to learn Arabic. So they're using Slingshot for them to help their Arabic too. But yeah, so it's used all around the States as an educational tool. Because it's hip hop, and it, of course, kids connect with it much easier than if you showed them like a typical political documentary that was very, dry and educational. So, and you can connect with PEP. I have their postcards outside too, if you're interested in connecting with them, and they can come are you a teacher at school?
I used to be.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so you can, if any of you are educators, you can connect with PEP. Just pick up their card, and they can send you their curriculum, and maybe you can bring them out to your school too. So.
Thank you for the wonderful movie. I want to ask Abeer, are there any efforts to link Palestinian rappers 48 and Gaza and West Bank with rappers in refugee camps in Lebanon and Jordan?
I don't know about anything that specific, but I'm very aware to workshops that Palestinian hip hoppers from all over the world actually, they started in the West Bank. In Gaza, there were workshops for hip hop, how to express yourself through this music. And these workshops have, in every Arab country, there are huge and many hip hop crews. And they all started actually a collective called the Arab League. And it's different Arab rappers from different Arab countries talking together about their subjects, and there are definitely representatives from refugee camps in Lebanon and in Jordan. They're all connected all the time, constantly, and the internet helps a lot today. So there are many websites who embrace many young talents who want to have a place to be heard in, and they just keep uploading their videos, and so the connection does exist online constantly.
Okay, so now we're not going to take any more questions. I'm going to have Abeer sing a song or two for you, and then we'll be outside.